In 1944, researchers starved 36 men on purpose. Healthy men, strong men, physically fit volunteers. Within weeks, their IQ scores dropped. Their personalities changed. They became obsessive, irrational, unable to make simple decisions. Some of them broke down completely. Now, that was an extreme experiment. But here's what nobody tells you. A quieter version of that same breakdown is happening inside your skull every single day. And the most dangerous part? You don't even notice it's happening. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how hunger hijacks your brain and how to stop it from costing you the moments that actually matter. Stay until the third point. Because what researchers found about your hunger hormone and your memory, most people will never hear this. And once you do, you'll never think about skipping a meal the same way again. Think about the last time you had an argument with someone you love, and then realized, an hour later, that you were just hungry. Or the last time you read the same paragraph 3 times, and nothing stuck. Or when you sat through an entire meeting, nodding along the whole time, and walked out remembering almost nothing. That wasn't distraction. That wasn't laziness. That was your brain, the most expensive organ in your body, running on empty. Here's the truth most people walk past every single day. Your brain makes up only 2% of your body's weight, but it burns through 20% of all the energy your body produces. 20% for one organ. And it runs almost entirely on one fuel source: glucose. When you haven't eaten, when your blood sugar drops, your brain doesn't just slow down. It starts making cuts. And the very first thing it sacrifices is your prefrontal cortex. That's the part of your brain responsible for logic, for decision-making, for impulse control, for the kind of deep, clear thinking that separates a good day from a wasted one. So when you're hungry, you're not just uncomfortable. You are literally operating with a reduced brain. And here is what makes this truly dangerous. Most people don't feel it happening. They think they're focused. They think they're pushing through. They are wrong. But in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things. First, why your brain can't save focus for later. Second, how the food you think is helping you is actually making things worse. And third, the surprising truth about your hunger hormone and your memory that almost nobody talks about. These aren't diet tips. These are brain performance strategies, grounded in cognitive psychology and neuroscience. And they work even when you're busy. Even when your schedule is unpredictable. Even when you forget to eat. Let's get into it. Point 1. Your brain cannot wait. First, your brain cannot save focus for later. It needs fuel right now. This matters because most driven, ambitious people make one critical mistake. They treat eating like a reward. Something they'll do after the work is done. After the deadline. After the meeting. After they finish just this one more thing. And they're proud of it. They call it discipline. But your brain has no interest in your discipline. Cambridge researchers ran a simple experiment. 2 groups of people. One group ate normally. One group didn't. Then they gave both groups the same memory and attention challenges. The hungry group didn't do slightly worse. They failed at things the well-fed group found completely straightforward. But here's the part that should disturb you. The hungry group had no idea. They rated their own performance as fine, normal, no different. Their brain was already compromised, and it didn't even send them a warning signal. And there's another layer to this. When glucose drops, your brain produces more cortisol, your stress hormone. So you're not just thinking slower. You're more anxious, more reactive, more likely to make decisions based on emotion rather than logic. You've heard of being hangry? That's not a personality quirk. That is cortisol flooding the part of your brain designed to keep you rational. What this means for you is simple but important. Your focus window and your feeding window have to overlap. You cannot think at your best on an empty tank. Not because you're weak, because you're human. Point 2. The trap that feels like a fix. Second, not all food rescues your brain. Some food tricks it, then betrays it. And here's the trap. It's a cruel one, because it feels like it's working. You're hungry. Your brain is suffering. So you grab something fast. Chips, a cookie, a sugary drink, white bread. Within 15 minutes, the fog lifts. You feel sharper. more alert. So your brain learns, fast sugar fixes focus. Except that's not what happened. What actually happened is your blood sugar spiked, fast and hard. And that spike triggered a sharp insulin response. And that insulin response pulled your blood sugar back down, often lower than it was before you ate. So 45 minutes later, you're not back to where you started. You're worse. Psychologists call this decision fatigue amplification. The crash doesn't just make you tired. It specifically attacks your ability to think in layers, to weigh options, consider consequences, make careful judgments. You traded 1 hour of false clarity for 2 hours of fog. And you didn't just borrow energy. You borrowed it from your future self and paid interest. So here's what actually works. Before any high-focus session, a meeting, a study block, a creative project, a hard conversation, eat what neuroscientists call a slow-burn meal. Eggs, oats, nuts, avocado, fatty fish, legumes. These foods don't spike your blood sugar. They release glucose slowly and steadily, giving your prefrontal cortex a long, clean, uninterrupted supply of fuel. Think about it this way. Sugar is a sprint. Protein and healthy fat is a marathon. And your brain, every single time you sit down to do something that matters, needs a marathon runner. Point 3. The memory betrayal. And this is the one most people never connect. Hunger doesn't just affect your focus. It directly attacks your memory. But here's where it gets genuinely strange. Stay with me for a second, because this is going to confuse you before it makes sense. Mild hunger can actually make you smarter. Not starvation, not skipping meals all day, but that light, early hunger feeling, that low growl that just started in your stomach. That's a hormone called ghrelin, your hunger signal. And researchers at the Salk Institute found something remarkable. In small controlled amounts, ghrelin activates your hippocampus, the brain's memory and learning center, and actually sharpens memory formation. This is why ancient scholars who fasted lightly before studying weren't being dramatic. Biology was on their side. Your body, in early hunger, prepares itself to learn, to observe, to remember. It makes evolutionary sense. A hungry animal needs to be sharp enough to find food. But here's where it turns on you. Push past that early window. Ignore the signal. Skip the meal. Ghrelin floods your system. Cortisol joins it. And now your hippocampus isn't just slowing down. It's struggling to consolidate memory at all, meaning it can't properly transfer what you're experiencing right now into long-term storage. That meeting you sat through while starving, you don't just remember less of it. What you do remember may not be fully accurate, because a stressed, glucose-deprived hippocampus doesn't just record less. It fills in the gaps. And it doesn't always fill them incorrectly. That lecture on an empty stomach, that presentation you gave while running on coffee alone, that conversation you had at the end of a long day with nothing in your stomach. You weren't fully there, even if it felt like you were. This is why the timing of your eating is not just a health decision. It is a memory decision, a cognition decision, a performance decision. Use that early ghrelin window for light thinking, reading, reviewing, casual brainstorming. But before anything requiring deep focus, critical analysis, or information you actually need to retain, feed your brain first. Protect the window. Most people believe discipline is about pushing through discomfort. Hungry? Work harder. Tired? Drink more coffee. Skip the meal. Earn the focus. But here's what the science actually shows. The highest performers don't push through their biology. They work with it. Feeding your brain before the hard meeting, before the deep work session, before the conversation that actually matters, that isn't weakness. That isn't being soft. That is strategy. The person who eats before the hard meeting isn't being indulgent. They're showing up with a loaded weapon while everyone else brings an empty one. And now, you know the difference. Let me leave you with the 3 things I need you to walk away with. 1. Your brain needs fuel to think. Not after the work. Now. Before it. 2. Fast food gives you fast focus and slow collapse. Slow burn food gives your brain what it actually needs to last. 3. Hunger attacks your memory quietly, from the inside. And by the time you notice, it's already cost you. If you know someone who wears hunger like a badge, who brags about skipping meals and grinding harder, who thinks suffering through it makes them stronger, send them this video. Not to prove them wrong, just to show them what's actually happening inside their skull while they do it. And if you want to go deeper, the next layer of this is sleep. Because what your brain does while you sleep directly controls whether the food you eat even reaches your neurons properly. That video is right here. Your brain built that curiosity for a reason. Follow it.